My sweet and lovely Scorpios, this is your horoscope for December 2024, and December will welcome us with new moon in your financial house. December seems like will be busy, for you with your finances. Will find you busy and making some calculations by the end of the year. Now, this new moon is happening at 9 degrees, meaning those of you who are born 31st of October, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most by this new moon. And new moons are all about new energies, new stories, or new person happening there. And because it's happening first December, December opens up to you financially. Seems like there could be a job offer with the good money, or offer to open a business, or offer to invest into your business as an example, or you might find amazing business partner for yourself, or it could be a promotion also, or it could be a bonus that you're gonna receive around 1st December for the work well done, for the whole year. It could be great bonus, and also it could be about not only money, about self-esteem, self-worth. This new moon opens up this energy within you that is paying attention to your self, let's say, love. And you might be setting yourself a new priority, new direction of how much money you want to earn, because it's directly linked how much you value yourself. They are directly linked. That's why, this universe through this new moon will be trying to make you pay attention to your inner self, how much you have respect for yourself, how much you're worth. And this new moon will show you what is your worth, my dear Scorpios. Either through work, either through your salary, either through the bonus, or some, sort of agreement there in the second house. Now, second house is also material possessions, like expensive ones. It might be that you are buying something around 1st December, like a house or a car, like very expensive gifts, or a jewelry could be like as a possibility too, or some sort of a land for your business, or place for your business venue, could be also. Now, second house is also all types of energy, like all types of resources, like energy, food, I don't know, material things and psychological things, all these things that we need, our resources to live. And here it's a new energy there. It might be that you are changing your eating habit, as an example, or sleeping habit. how you get energized, from where you get energy, these things might be changing there, whether it's a sport, for example, or you might be changing, I don't know, diet plan, going totally green, as an example. 7th of December, we have Mars going retrograde until 24th of February in your house of career. Now, Mars is slowing down. Retrograde means slowing down, means being ineffective, not helpful, sort of hindering, let's say, stopping, pausing. And Mars being a personal planet, it affects us directly, like literally into our daily lives, with events, with people. And let me tell you that all planets, personal planets like Venus, Jupiter, Mars, and Mercury, they all will retrograde in 2025 until mid-April. Now, one by one, after one another, they will retrograde, meaning first 4 months of 2025 will be more of a retrospective period. Universe wants us to focus on ourselves, on plans, wants us to stop and pause and reflect and sort of redirect our energies. And it might be even some things might be happening in the world that makes all of us will stop and pause and think which direction we really want to go. Because all these personal planets will be retrograding. meaning slowing down. Now, about this, I will be speaking a lot in your yearly horoscope for 2025. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign. In general, check all your big three signs so you get to compare which one influencing you the strongest. Usually it's your rising sign, but not necessarily. Sometimes it could be sun sign, sometimes it could be your moon sign, depending on your chart. Like, that's why check all your three signs. Now let's come back to this Mars retrograding 7th of December. You see how long it's going to retrograde for 3 months almost. And it's focusing on one part of your area, which is your career, which is your calling for your life. Let's say, what's your calling, what you want to do. Like, the 10th house is about exactly, house where we want to be, let's say in 5 years, in 10 years. What's your plan? Do you see yourself as someone, like as a professional, as a specialist, or as a CEO, better to say, because 10th house is manager's house, or someone who we respect, also who you want to be look like. And Mars naturally rules your house of work. And it seems like it will give you all these 3 months until end of February a lot of thoughts around and regrouping, activities also around your career. What you want from your life. Is that what you're doing right now? Is that a thing that you want to do your whole life? Or you want to change your career path? And it might give you actually a couple of promotions as well at your current job, but it will be very slow. It could happen after Mars goes direct, but it will happen after end of February. Now, 10th house is also about house of father and house of manager. If it's not your life, then it could be your father's life. There is something going on with your father's health, especially, or well-being, or your father's reputation or influence or work. Something in their life will be happening that will affect you up until end of February, my dear Scorpios. Now, December 7th, also we have Venus, planet of love and beauty, lover of Mars, moving into your fourth house. And when it moves into your fourth house, it finds their Pluto immediately conjuncting, uniting force with Pluto. They first time met in this fourth house back in February 2024. And whatever was happening, you can recall back, remember what was happening in February. So whatever was happening in February, it might be back around December 7th. Because of these two planets meeting. Now, fourth house is all about family. It's all about real estate. If something was going on back in February, in the beginning of this year, within your family, let's say related to anyone within your family, but especially your mother, that situation might come back. And Venus, planet of love, also money also, and Pluto, also planet of money. And for those of you who say it's not about my family, it might be about your real estate situation. It might be that back in February you wanted to, for example, buy an apartment, and you've been like eyeing that apartment, checking, or already you chose apartment, but somehow you didn't proceed, as an example, let's say. Or the same with the selling, for example, and process. And when December comes and these two planets meet, again, the same thing happens. You might again start searching some apartment, or even find something to buy as a real estate, not necessarily apartment, like a house. And that situation might come back. And again, you will need to decide whether you're buying or whether you're selling, or what you're doing here. This is as an example. So you might translate it into your life, what's going on there, whether it's with your mother situation, or someone within your family, or something within your real estate. And plus, fourth house is a citizenship house, which country we call our home. And that's why immigration thing. If in February you were thinking to immigrate somewhere else, to move somewhere else, and you've been, let's say, applying like documents, your passport, and let's say for a new citizenship, or even just relocating somewhere like visas, then now December comes and you might hear back from that process, either that you got approval, either that, I don't know, some news might be coming up, or if you've paused that process back in February, you started but then you paused for some reason, now in December you might take it up again, you might start again that process. That situation might be back again, my dear Scorpios. The same with the, relocation, as I said, right? So anything related there. Now, fourth house is also family members. Here again, someone might be entering your family or exiting your family, either through divorce, either through just moving somewhere out of your, I don't know, house. Something might be going on here. 8th of December, Neptune, planet of magic, but goes direct. But Neptune is, it doesn't affect us directly, more on a subconscious level. It's like the topics that Neptune bring. It's like a tape and a background, like a noise that time to time popping up in our mind, but not directly affecting us. It's more on a subconscious level. That is coming time to our conscious level, and it's going direct in your fifth house, house of love. Now, Neptune, ever since it went retrograde from July 2nd, meaning for the last 5 months, it was giving you this sort of how to say, thoughts about your love life, about romance also, and in general about that person that you adore or that you fell in love, for example. If, for example, back in July you found someone new, and all these 5 months you've been thinking whether you want to commit, like whether you want to take this relationship further, a step up or not. And when Neptune goes direct, it will give you more answers, and you might know finally what to do. If you're interested about retrograding, this Neptune retrograde in your fifth house, go back to your July horoscope on my YouTube channel to find out more about this. But here, now after those 5 months of retrograding in your fifth house, Neptune goes direct on 8th of December. And it's not only about love, it might be about kids. If that's your situation, that you've been quite a lot time to time thinking whether you want kids or not, and in general if you have them, and thinking about their situation, their future since July, now when it goes direct, it might give you clues of what steps to take, and in general it might give you clues what you want further from this topic. Fifth house is also about business. If you say it's not about kids, it's not about love, then it might be business. Business of own, especially business owners, listen up. It might be that back in July, you've been thinking to open something since July. Time to time thinking what kind of business you want to open, as an example, or if you have it, then how to develop it, how to further, I don't know, make it successful, and in general to make it bigger, right? So, or you might have been thinking about your business partners. All these areas might have been here for you, so that you've been time to time thinking about it, as I said, as a background noise. But now when it goes direct, it will give you full power to act upon those things. Fifth house is also creativity house, especially actors, dancers, and singers. Here, your talents. Again, you've been thinking whether you should develop this or not as your main, let's say, source of income, as an example, or in general, you've been working around your talents, like creative abilities. I don't know, maybe photo shooting skills, whatever is that. And now when Neptune goes direct, you will go full force on those abilities, my dear Scorpios. 15th of December will be one of the biggest days. We have full moon there in your another financial house, happening at 23 degrees, meaning those of you who are born 14th of November, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most. Now, full moons are all about conclusion or putting some spotlight on your financial situation. This house, eighth house, is more about money that comes to you from other people, not the money that you earn, but coming to you, let's say from your spouse, like husband or wife, or like family budget. Or if you're a student, then it's your scholarship. If you're divorced, then it's that alimony that you get from your ex-husband or wife for your kids or for yourself. Or if you're like buying apartment or real estate, and it's that bank loan that you're taking up for whatever reason, actually. Or financial help. If you're in business, it's the money that comes from business partners or financial institutions, as an example. Or your investments also here, like you invest into some coin shares and what return you get, that money is here. Or it's about inheritance from your relatives as well. Now, because it's a full moon, that deal is striking here. Something that you've been working, it might be that you will receive, let's say, receive inheritance, as an example, or receive some return from your investments, or that scholarship situation will get cleared out, as an example, or that loan that you applied will have finally, you will get some news around there. But the things will be a bit foggy because Neptune will be active, and some things will not be so clear. So I would advise you here to ask as much as possible questions around this full moon. Now, eighth house is also not only about money, it's about, it's a mystical house, house of conception, because conception is also a mystical process. Now, fertility journey, if that's your topic, it could be this full moon might give you news that you are pregnant, actually. Or if you, like, let's say you already pregnant, then actual giving birth, like full, coming to full, meaning full circle. You might become a parent here around this full moon, because Neptune, that is active, as I said, will be in your children's house as well. So you see how this conception and children house are linked. So something around there might be happening. Or if you've been in the process of non-traditional ways of conceiving a baby, like IVF, for example, in vitros and all the stuff, or surrogacy, as an example, it could be around this full moon that process will be finalized. You might see some sort of success or final results. So there's something going on there, um, eighth house is also, as I said, mystical house, and it's about, astrology, also numerology, like psychology, esoteric subjects. You might get also interested in these subjects. Or also it's about health. Eighth house is about health. And here, because Neptune is active, I would suggest you to take good care about your health. There could be some flus happening, because Neptune is a planet of flu and viruses. Those viruses might be active there. So take a good care around your health, because this full moon is happening in your health house and well-being house. Now let's go to Mercury. The same day as a full moon, Mercury goes direct, 15th of December. Finally, after it's retrograding, meaning slowing down, meaning mixing everything, every information, giving you delays, late flights, I don't know, cancel flights, cancel meetings, events, all the mix-ups in data and ideas, because Mercury rules those things. We need it sharp so that all things run smoothly, Also, during Mercury retrograde, these things happen as we reschedule, and people get, I don't know, indecisive, and some mistakes, confusions happen usually. Like posts are lost somewhere. Now, Mercury goes direct in your second house. And second house is very sensitive, important house. It's house of money that you earn. And here, if there was some mistakes around your, I don't know, bonus system, your earning system, now those things might clear up, And it might be that also around second house, if you've been making deals during Mercury retrograde, some things might have been missing, some details might have been wrong, and finally those things get fixed when Mercury goes direct. which is amazing one. And also all sorts of expensive purchases, second house, like house, buying a house or a car, jewelry, or some precious things. Now, if you've been, again, striking deals around that, purchasing something, then those things, if they come with some issues or you didn't like them anyhow, because that's what happens when you do those things during Mercury retrograde, and especially in your second house. Now, after Mercury goes direct, you might be thinking what to do with those things that you bought. And finally, let's come to this sugar sweet part, new moon. 30th of December, almost New Year's Eve. We have a gift from universe from 2024, such a goodbye gift, and good start for our 2025 new year. It's amazing new moon happening in your third house. Now, this will be happening at 9 degrees, meaning those of you who are born 31st of October, will be affected the most by this new moon. And new moons are about new energies, and there's a new story. This new moon is supported by Saturn, and Saturn will be in your love house. It's a house of romance, it's a house of sparks, love sparks, and it's in your third house. You might connect with someone. New moon is appearing in your third house, either on dating app, for example, or physically somewhere, and sparks might go all over you. There might, especially if you're single, you might meet someone special here. You might connect with someone special, who will get your interest, and there is also including a lot of chats going on, this sort of romantic chats, let's say dating sort of chat, flirting chats. Now, third house is also about signing contracts, signing deals. And if your wish was to start a new year with your new business, and that you're striking a deal exactly around 30th of December, it's amazing one. This is amazing new moon to harness its power, to use its energy. Perfect one. Do it around this 30th of December or plus or minus 5 days, especially in January. It's amazing one, but not before new moon appears. So do it I don't know, because in a lot of countries, like 30th and 31st is the working days. You still have a 31st, to make the deal around about opening your own business, as an example. And that business seems like will stay long years and might be successful, but it will require you hard work, as actually any other business, my dear Scorpios. Now, third house is also a house of siblings, relatives, or neighbors. You might actually get a surprising news that those people are getting, let's say, bigger in a family number. Like they are pregnant, or they might deliver the news that there is someone joining their family as a love, person, that they are getting married, for example, or that they met someone special. And for them, you will be extra happy around this festive period, my dear Scorpios. This is an amazing one. And also it's about short distance travel. And it seems like if you travel for New Year's Eve to somewhere, you might fall in love there, and with the place, and with the people, or with someone special. You might really love your journey somewhere very near, not so far, under like 2 hours maximum. It seems like you will love your journey, my dear Scorpios. Now, this was your horoscope for December. And always check your rising sign, moon sign, and a sun sign, so you get to compare. I think I already mentioned this, but let me do it again so that you know which sign is affecting you the strongest. Wishing you amazing holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Love you all. Bye bye.